Hello girls!
Hi girl pals!
Hope you are doing good and watched our previous video and enjoyed.
Yeah, so first we'll start out the hot coffee, cold coffee moment. Somebody had created a cold coffee moment for the episode. Tell us about your hot coffee, cold coffee moment.
I have two cold coffee. One today I plan to cook today, and then the rice was overcooked and I was trying egg fried rice. It was like egg fried rice pasty version. And then in the process of cooking, I got burnt myself in the palm. No bruises or blisters still, but it was still paining. I am paining while shooting. I am in lot of pain.
I have hot coffee moment only because somebody cooked for me today and it was tasty.
This cheese complete.
No, it was tasty. I don't know how I can tell you guys.
I just wish everybody is like Shivya hyping me up and hype this video. Even though it is tasty.
She's a great cook, guys. I don't know how you guys won't ever be able to taste it, but yeah.
No, I don't like cooking. I am not a great cook. Anyway,
okay.
I will be better by next time.
No, she's already good.
Okay.
Today's topic is actually very, very important, and we actually wanted to talk about it for a very long time. And then we were confused on how to present, what if we miss few points, because we are also part of the system and we wanted to talk about it properly so that others also will resonate to it as well as we are expressing what we are feeling also properly. Anyway, we thought like let's put out the first version, whatever comes to our mind in the first glance, and then let's see how you react to it.
Yeah, this is unedited version of women's in career.
Office,
Workplace, women workforce.
Yes, women in workforce.
Okay.
Yeah, these small struggles they face, small problems, small red flags in office, etc.
Yeah, first thing that comes to mind is how they always planning the. I mean, if there is any Christmas party, they go and decorate the floor. I mean, the Bay Area, put Onam and all. Usually, we put kolam, right? Flower.
Yeah, flower.
It's all always girls, and if there is any office party to be planned, it's some girl intern or women manager as well. I don't know how this is always coming up.
In generally in office parties are like if you need to organize something and it's always upon girls. They are not like even when you join an office they will be like if you like all this, if you're an extrovert and if you like cultural things you should join this. Like, but I don't think it's ever even being asked to guys. Like it's always considered as a girl job, and it's always considered as a planning job, not strategical job.
Yeah.
When guys are doing it, it's more strategic. Games playing, like how they do treasure gun or whatever. But when girls do it, it's planning.
I remember one reel in the Instagram. One guy used to imitate all the HR. He's a guy. He used to wear lipstick and all of that, and he used to imitate HR.
I hate when guys put just a t-shirt on their head and act like women. Okay, you are not even going through half the pain we are going through, and you are just trying to imitate. What are you trying to imitate? I hate them.
Okay, those all are about women HRs only. Nothing about. Have you ever not come across any male HR who is bitchy, who is bossy? No,
I know 100 male employees who are just gossipy, bitchy, like. And I don't know. I don't listen. Among the people I've seen, like 98% are men who are doing the gossips in the office, and 2% is women. And then everyone is like 2 women are doing gossip in office.
Everybody is part of it actually.
My personal opinion is men is more, because from what I have seen, from the experience I have been through, men does the gossip more. Male managers.
Male managers, they go well with cool boy gang, and they don't let other women and then they'll gossip. I don't know what they'll gossip about.
as from my sources, they just ask like, oh, they two are dating. उसका line चल रहा है क्या? Like, sorry, my dad hit me with like something. Oh, उसके बाद चक्कर something they ask all those things. They'll play badminton.
They'll have form a small group, play groups, and
yeah. And if the girl goes and plays badminton with them, and they're like, oh, you don't have any girlfriends. Why are you not? Why are you not? Why are you joining us? The managers will ask. Actually, one of my friends, she used to play badminton with the guys, and then suddenly this manager plays badminton with the guys because he's cool anyway. This manager will be like, why are you joining? Why are you here? Why are you not playing with the girls? What is your problem, bro? You are not able to gossip. That's why you are angry.
yeah.
I think gossiping is one of the main allegations we get in office. I think as girls in office, we like there was another one instance in which some rumor was circulated in our office, and then the first question the main manager asked was like, "Is it this girl or this girl start the rumor?" It was actually started by that manager, not those two girls. That manager started the rumor.
It was an important issue to be addressed by the manager. Instead of this, keen to find who started the rumor, that itself is surprised.
And we are not telling names. It's not because we cooked up this story. These are actual true
We are not telling names because we need.
Anyways, you will get more in trouble than me.
I city. They can't even meet. But
it's another thing which I noticed is like how you dress up. Like you had a story related to when you bought a new bag to office, right?
Yeah, people ask, oh, bag, you are coming to office like a fashion pro, something.
For a girl, it's a compliment, but when guys are like pointing at her.
But there are, I don't know. So I have seen some people who just wore shorts coming to office. It's all cool. I don't tell them that care to have some effort, and okay, don't care. But if you are putting some effort, don't don't intimidate them by asking questions, and don't make them cautious that you are being watched.
Yeah. There was one guy in my previous team. He wore same t-shirt and jeans every day for 2 weeks, I think. Nobody asked him. I was thinking, why is he wearing same? And after 2-3 days, we will start watching, right? But nobody asked him. Nobody said anything. But if I had done that, like if I was wearing something nice to office, or if I wore something same, also people would have been.
I remember this conversation. That is not. I was meeting a friend who's that friend's team, and one girl was wearing same top as yesterday, and she was being asked, and she admitted that she didn't change or she didn't wash, and it's no need for her to explain or anything.
Yeah. For a guy, that's a pretty cool. He's a bro. He's a whatever. I don't know.
Nobody gets to ask. Like we will be like, hey, he wearing chain. That's it. You gossip within yourself as you always do. Don't come to us and make
us uncomfortable. You're already making us uncomfortable with your presence. I'm not talking about the audience. I'm talking about the male. Like I didn't get much comments related to my dress, but I think I have got comments. My ex manager have called me crazy just because he gave me like 2-3 tasks, and he's asking updates every 1 hour, and every 1 hour he's like, okay, if the task is a priority, complete it. And within 20 minutes he calls me back and he's like, oh, what is the update on task B? And then I say, how will you get an update on task B when I'm working on task A for the last 20 minutes? It's not been days or weeks, it's been only 20 minutes. Then he said, Super, don't get you emotional, you're being crazy right now. What? And he's like, sometimes you're acting crazy. What? You are being, if I raise out that you are being unreasonable and micromanaged, then I am crazy. You haven't seen my crazy side. If you have seen it, you will decide a new word for it. I hate that male managers do that, like call crazy.
I don't know. I haven't encountered that, but it's very insensitive, or how I don't know, how we don't know what mental state we will be in. How can they call such things or call names? I don't know if any male is also facing this by, it's only this manager is inconsiderate, or
And because of the same reason why I am bit unsure about the period leave. Like,
who?
because I don't know. I as of now, if I have a period leave, like, what if every month I'm taking leave and he's tracking that and he's like, okay, you're angry because the date is coming. What if he says that? I'm just scared. It will traumatize me forever.
Uh, okay, but it is just that he is being sexist and he is being inconsiderate. It is, doesn't mean that we should not take period leave. So let me put it that way. You will not be having cramps every month or every other day in the period. So, or there are people who has it. I don't know. As far as both of us concerned, we don't have face severe period pain in every month.
Last month I had.
Last month you had. At the time, think about it. You wanted to prove your manager that you are not emotionally weak, or you are not emotionally different during the period days, that so I can attend. Otherwise you have to by stressing yourself in the 1 hour stand up call, or you just avail the privilege of.
Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. Like, taking care of myself is much more important than what the manager.
But I understand your concern also. So there are girls who face this issue every month, right? For them, it will be difficult if some creeps tracking their period cycle, and so there should be strict data privacy violation, and people should not ask, or shouldn't be asked some doctor's report on periods, or they shouldn't be asked to submit proofs, or they shouldn't be even asking why they are taking leaves on that particular day. So that it can data.
It should be normal sick leave. Like,
Normal sick leave.
Yeah. So that we'll feel more free to take the sick leave. And I don't even want to get in the conversation where guys are telling period leaves are just like masturbation. There are actually in comment section there are so many people saying that periods for women is just like masturbation for us. I'll find out that thread and post it over here. Yeah.
No vagina, no opinion. Okay, what is this?
Yeah, it's crazy. How
are they not seeing or reading biology on?
I think one of the main reason could be that, like, it's bit diverting from the original topic, but I think whoever mothers are not expressing what they are feeling to sons. They will express everything to their daughters, but I don't think they are expressing everything to the sons. Because of that, that is a major thing. Like, they don't even know. I don't think my husband knew what was happening to the whole, what is the process, or like period, what will be the situation, how bad is it, what can he do. He didn't know anything when we started dating. Like, he had zero knowledge, and he had like very few girlfriends. Also doesn't talk much to guy friends, right? But I guess now people have started to. But he didn't have such girlfriends also, so he didn't know anything about it. But I think that's because his mom never talked to him about it. Like, maybe if he had a sister, his sister would have told her brother. I don't know. Like, do you talk to your brother?
No, not about period pain, but I will tell that I'm on periods. I can't walk. I can't. If we are on vacation, but once we are on vacation and I was about to go swimming, I told him I couldn't do because I'm on periods, like that. I won't keep it under the rug or something, but I won't express that this is paining, or something like that. I am not expect him to soothe me during that time. Yeah.
I think if men get more sex education related to it, other than that, female girls are in schools. Girls are taken to a special room and talked about periods, right? Men doesn't, boys doesn't know anything about
My
it.
school didn't get that as well.
Oh yeah, guys are like, what happened? What were you guys discussing about? Dragons.
So in a way, I am thinking men should get educated about it, and even though if they come to know that we are in periods and taking sick leave, even though if they are tracking or somehow they came to know, they shouldn't be judging that. See, it's all part of nature. We did not want it, but God gave us. So what can I do? What can we do? Right. So to live, to nurture the nature, you have to go through that, and you cannot blame women to be a woman, right?
In this case, you just understand from male's point of view, just understand that we are doing so much for the society than we ever wanted to.
So much for the human hind to
Yes, yes, and still you guys are cornering us, and if the world goes extinct, I know why.
and
And stop mansplaining what periods is to us.
correct. No agenda, no opinion again.
Yeah.
Not only regarding this, mansplaining has been happening in multiple places by men. Like one of the personal experience from my colleague is that he says things like, if it's working, don't touch it, something like that. But I was entitled to fix it.
He just know code means. He doesn't know development. He doesn't know SDLC. He doesn't know anything related to it. He just knows he has seen some memes in Instagram and he's like, if it's touching, if it's working, do it.
So obviously I was new to the team, but I am more bit experienced than him. So he comes and tells me what to do, what not to do in pipelines. Is bit looks like mansplaining only. But anyway, I didn't consider his opinion, but I did my part only. But lot of women suffer that, right? Like they do as someone says, and they take the blame after something goes wrong.
I have had this experience. Like if I do something and the guy will be like, no, it's okay, do it the other way. And then he will be pressurizing me to do it in the option B because it's favorable for him. And then when something mess up, he will be like, I don't have the full context of what you have done. Then why did you force me?
I don't know if this is only happening to only women. It's stand out because I am more experienced than him. So, but he is mansplaining to me, which is looks funny to me. But most of the seniors do to juniors like this. They tell something with in favor of them, or maybe they will do some work. I mean, some small basic things they'll try to mansplain, even men to men also happening. So this is a common issue only. But since we had these issues, we wanted to call it out as well.
I think next is also an important topic, like women in leadership. Like we have seen very few female managers in our companies because there are very few women. There are women are
Actually, in our company, women itself, the ratio itself is
yes, very less. Like women working in our team also, if there are 10 people, 7 will be men and 3 will be women. That and 3 is
maybe
because
I am the only one.
but recently there is a thing, right? You have to have these many women in a team. In my team, 3 people were there earlier was because of this mandatory, and this minimum is considered as a maximum. So if there is a minimum bar of this many women should be there, and then that is the considered as a maximum, and that many women will be only there in the team. Not even a single one more, right? That's how it generally works. So as far as I know also, in 70% of the leading Indian firms, that they have only 1 or 2 women in the directorial positions, and that is also because they have a minimum bar, and they are considering minimum as the maximum threshold possible.
This is the base of the recent movie called Ladies First. It's a great movie. I am my ideal world will look like what is the world in Ladies movie. It's really female dominant world, and men are trying to prove themselves or struggling in the female dominant world. So it's like that. So the base is that they will try to appoint a female manager for a diversity reason, and then the whole after one day the whole thing will shift, and it's like a time loop or something. Somehow the plate will get reversed, and men will get the diversity diversity position just to attract customers, attract stakeholders, that we also have diversity. I mean, employees, we also have women opinions, but just for the namesake, their opinions are not heard actually. So we are not from marketing and these field, but what I have read is most of the consumers they market is towards women, but who create these ideas is mostly men. So in marketing or in ad campaigns and all, most of those target audience they are willing to target is women audience, but who creates this idea is mostly by men. So who we want is not decided by women is what my point is. It's because the career opportunities in marketing and other uh, uh, thing for women is very low, very less, and they cannot uh, they cannot go to a creative director position. They cannot go to some position where they can take decisions. Ideas can be given, but who ideas approved? All of this will be taken by creative directors, managerial positions where women are not there. But all those decisions are marketed 90% for 90% of those ideas are marketed towards women. It seems. Some of the ideas, like I don't care about some ideas which is marketing towards men. You guys can take your decisions, but for us, let women take us, right?
Yeah. I think in leadership roles, if 90% of the people are men, like in the 100 people, like mostly 13 will be women. That is the statistics right now. That much lower women people are there in the workforce, in the managerial leadership roles actually.
Considering, since we are talking about women managers, I have worked under some of women managers, and I have also worked under male managers. But I see this pattern. I'm not complaining about women managers, but I see this pattern is that men managers they have the flexibility to be cool, playing game and all, but the women managers cannot do, because they'll be considered as she doesn't know, that's why she is becoming close with people, she is dumb, or if she cannot be too strict as well. Then if male boss is strict, they are just being boss. If the female manager is strict, there will be a rant session after every one-on-one for a female manager, right? If she says something what she's supposed to say, also it is considered bitchy, bossy, and all of this. But male managers can take anybody for granted. I mean, he can call you crazy, but nothing.
I think they can be a bit laid back, but there won't be a problem. But women managers, since they have struggled a lot to be in a position where there are no other women, they have to prove double, right, to keep that position. So they have to be extra careful all the time.
Extra careful, always be professional. Like, I mean, they cannot. They also need to follow a certain template. Is what I find that I observed.
I think another big thing will be like when you get married and when you join a workforce, that woman in general, like that woman's generally goes through a separate set of questions and scrutiny than a man who get married, right? When I got married, people were like, when are you going to have kids? Like, it's a personal thing, like but when I got married, from another guy also got married during the same time. Nobody asked him regarding that question, like nobody asked him. Another question I got, I said, how is your husband managing the fact that you have this much work, you're always working? That guy never got that question. That guy's sleep cycle is messed up actually. He sleeps at 4 a.m. in the morning and all. Nobody's asking how is your wife managing, how is your personal life going on. But if I said something like that, they would have been like more questions. Even without anything, I'm getting so many questions. Crazy.
That is that is the questions we are even getting from society, not in the workplace as well. Towards working women, that is the constant question. Even during the marriage, also, should in-laws get to decide whether she has to pursue or not.
I know a girl who actually she used to come back from work and would do the cooking for the dinner for the whole family. She and her mother-in-law will cook together. And one day she had to stay back in office late because of some urgent work, and then she called and informed her family. When she reached back, they didn't even cook anything. Okay, and this guy is doing work from home. Her husband, just to give you context. Then this mother-in-law was like, I was waiting for you. I wanted you to. I don't like cooking without you. I was waiting for you to come. And then while they were cooking, she didn't say anything. She was tired obviously, but she was like, okay, let's go cook and eat fastly. While she was cooking, the mother-in-law was like, if your father is, if your manager is asking you to do extra work, don't take it up. Say you have a family, that is a priority. We are sugarcoating this exercise and
Serving it.
yeah, I think that is under there. Mother-in-laws will be very happy that, oh, my son is very productive. He's always working. They should be boasting about it. But if the daughter-in-law is working, she will be like, why are you working this much? You have so much of work. What is this? This is a toxic environment.
They will never give the credit for hard work. They will treat us some. She has a lame work. She has to work all day. Something like that. That's pathetic or not, I have to decide, or I can manage it. Why you are
Pathetic work, but it's my work.
It's giving me salary.
Yeah. There was a recent rule by women, right? One girl was like, I don't want to work. When she was single, she was like, I don't want to work. And when she got married, she was like, thank God I got to work.
Is it recording now?
No, so this is second time we are getting memory issue.
So my phone storage got full and then suddenly it got full again and okay.
So many cold coffee moments, which is not good for health.
Yeah, but let's continue with whatever we were discussing.
We left exactly on where?
See, if you are missing out something, there will be a part.
Because of the technical glitch, guys, not because we couldn't come up with the research. Okay, so mainly we were talking about
Maternity leave, paternity leave.
leave. I think so many women have fought, and now, very fortunately, in every sector we have maternity leave more than greater than 6 months, and all in corporate. In I think in some of the cases only 6 months, which is unfortunate. But yeah, but paternity leaves in such sectors there is no such thing. Only fathers get congratulations, and they get to distribute sweets and give treats. That's it. And in our office we got only 2 weeks for fathers, I guess.
Oh, I thought you were about to say we only got 2 chocolates.
No, we didn't get any.
Yeah.
They were considered one of my manager, I think not manager, like whom I know, they were considered they are having stressful life and they won't work.
And they would complain, my wife is not letting me go out at night. My wife is not letting me do that. My wife is angry that I am not taking care of the baby.
Huh. One of my colleagues as well, when he was complaining, he said he cannot do work from home because I will not be doing work from home because of so and so issues. So for women also this is a real issue. Like they cannot do work from home. For fathers also they cannot do work from home. But
But
that's
it's
why
easier for us to manage. See, if woman is taking work from home, they'll manage everything, right? Yeah, after cooking, they'll do this, that. They'll manage and they'll complete.
they cannot manage.
Who cannot manage?
Women also cannot manage kids and all. One of my friend, she wants to prepare for interviews for the next. She had a kid.
Interaction check.
She wanted to prepare for interviews. Because of that, nobody can take care of. They are living in Chennai, parents, in-laws, everybody lives outside of Chennai, so nobody's there to take care. And she's already putting in daycare and all, but there is not enough help is not getting. The 24/7 you cannot put in daycare. So she kept the kid with his grandparents, and now she is preparing because it's impossible to manage a kid and also grow parallelly. So yeah, that is a real issue for parents actually.
But I think if some women were getting work from home, they would have got a see getting ready to office and commuting takes so much of time, right? If they had that much more time, for some women I think work from home is better for them
No,
because they
work from home is better. Can improvise the situation, but I don't think so. She can handle single-handedly even provided work from home as well. Even during the maternity time as well, during the postpartum time as well, she can that leaves those 90 days or like 60 days, 6 months can be only she can recover from that, or she can how she can manage kid and other things. Other things obviously in olden times and all there were help. It was a joint family and there were constantly help on those months. But now, if fathers would have gotten some more paternity leave of let's say 2 months, 3 months like that, it would have been a great help for women, and also it would encourage, it would eliminate the post maternal partiality towards women in the workplace, because men are also, when men gets any issues it will be immediately resolved, right? So when they are experiencing paternity leave and then they are giving the comeback, then there will be more answers to the questions which were unresolved when we are facing the issues. So they should also get equal leave, and maybe it should be a use it or lose it basis.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, that,
I,
that is great.
so I think a lot of the countries, I mean not lot, some one or two countries have already implemented it, I guess. So those who wanted to be a part in parenting, at least let them do, and let not corporate be a blocker for that.
Makes sense, right?
Mm.
I guess women returning to workplace after the pregnancy, they are facing so much. Not just the questions like managing all these things. I think most of the women after pregnancy, they are finding it very hard to go back to the workplace because work is not made around for all people. They are just made, work is mostly made for men. Like all of the constructs, everything is centered around men. Because of that, the situation is still not.
My point is also that since this is not experience, the issues are not concentrating men's concerns, then that's why it gets unanswered
Yes,
mostly.
yes,
So
yes.
if the males also facing the same, it would have answered it and more fastly. So that is the one thing I wanted to say. And not about this also, as a society, we should give some more privileges to women to keep the humans kind, or to keep the world run as it is, right? So for example, there is a situation, there is a recent, somewhere I read, I don't know, one of my friend who is having a kid only, she only shared this. Apparently in men's restroom they don't have changing rooms, it seems.
Yeah.
Even if they want to do, they cannot do. So if we are
Changing room for the babies.
changing room for diapers, changing feeding room and all of this, nothing is there, it seems. So only it's like what, it's only men, women has to do all the kids thing and parenting thing. So that's there. So if you want to create a better world, create equal opportunities, create equal privileges for these parenting on parental front as well.
Just adding one more last point before any more interruptions come up. So, if India wants to become a developed nation, like by 2047, the numbers is like the India have to grow 8% every year. This is only possible if there is higher percentage of women in workplace, and this is so now it's not just about the community growth; it is about the nation's growth as well. So you want two things from women. You want the woman to continue the human race, and you want us to, if you want us also to pursue our dreams, and both should go hand in hand. The current workplace should change, and it should not be centered around men. So we have to have like proper good changes required in our system so that more women can work along with, they don't feel a burden that having a kid will affect their career, or having married is a burden for them. So if you don't want more women backing off from marriage, backing off from marriage,
Politics.
workplace should be changed. The society should change. How you perceive women should change. Everything should change. I guess we all work towards that, and maybe India will become better soon.
Yeah, this is our side, our part of what we can do to for a better India, better to get better workspace for women.
If you have felt something differently, if you haven't talked about particular topic, please add them in the comment section. Because most of our topics were centered around what we have faced and what our job is. So we don't know much about the other situation, other places actually. So yes, please share them in the comment section and hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Joy.